Hey everyone. Yes, I got a haircut. Some of you may notice, whatever. Um, I wanted to talk about the election. So, tomorrow is the big day, right? Tuesday. And me and a bunch of friends are going to play a drinking game. Stephen Crowder, many of you conservatives may know that Stephen Crowder was suspended from YouTube. And they did that on purpose. They picked they picked something weeks ago to make sure that he wasn't able to do an election stream on YouTube, because last time it was the biggest stream, like whether it was NBC, ABC, whatever. So many people were tuning into that. So, anyways, I'm watching him on Rumble, and yeah, I know Rumble is not very user friendly, but he is getting some serious numbers on his videos, and that's awesome because we need alternative media. Now, when it comes to the election, many of you know I'm in Oregon, Southern Oregon. My wife and I and all my friends and my mother-in-law already sent our ballots in. We already voted, and so we're not going to be there on election day. But for those of you who are going down to the ballots, please make your voices heard. Okay? Now, obviously, I want everyone to vote. But those of you who are conservative, we've got Bill Maher saying that if conservatives, the Republicans win, they're going to be tyrannical. Democracy is going to go. That's one thing that I don't understand. If somebody is elected through democratic means, how is that the destruction of democracy? Because the only thing that conservatives want to do, Republicans want to do, is we want to make sure that those who are voting are citizens. We want to make sure that there's no funny business going on and everything is straight. I mean, we even had Kari Lake, who's running for governor. She wanted to make sure that the ballots were strong, even when she won. She is not, they call her an election denier or whatever. There was definitely something going on. I'm not going to say the words because, YouTube and all of that stuff. But here's what I want to say. In Oregon, those of you who are in Oregon, there might not be many, but we've got Measure 114 that we're dealing with. This whole thing where you need a permit to purchase a firearm. And what that does is there's no infrastructure for this. There's no funding for it. And it says that in order to get a permit, you have to go to a range qualification in front of a police officer. And that police officer has to have mental health training. The police officers are strapped as it is. They don't know how they're going to do this. They're going to have to hire more police officers. This is going to take a lot of them off duty to do bureaucratic paperwork. That's what it's going to do. Not only that, this just makes it harder for those of us who follow the law. We have a whole bunch of criminals who are not doing what they're supposed to, and they're not going to care about Measure 114. They're not going to care about, they're just going to buy where they buy. So, not to mention, it makes it almost impossible for someone who doesn't have a firearm. Because I don't know if you've ever been to a range, but they do not lend firearms. If you have to get a firearm, to own one and to use one, if you have to get a permit to do that, how are you going to do it? How are you going to qualify to get the permit? And this isn't just some conspiracy theory. A lot of people are saying this. It's going to make it impossible. Now, yes, it's going to be struck down constitutionally. A lot of people are saying don't worry about it, but no, here's the part that's worrying about 114. There's not going to be anybody buying because no one's going to have a permit for a while, for a long time. It could be 6 months, could be a year, or even longer. What's going to happen to all the gun shops there? All the guns are going to be bought out before this goes into action. You're not going to be able to find any of them. And then the gun shops themselves are going to close because they don't have any customers. What are they going to do? Yes, they can sell ammo and all of that, but most of their revenue comes from firearm sales. I've been talking to gun shop owners for the last couple weeks, and they say this is ridiculous. Anyways, The last poll that I saw, Drazan was at 49% and Kotek was at 46%. So 49 and 46. It looks like Drazan actually has a chance at winning. Now, for governors, I think Kari Lake would be amazing as Arizona governor. I think she is the future of the Republican Party, personally. Her and Desantis, a Desantis Lake or Lake Desantis ticket would be ridiculous. It would be amazing. I mean, that's a powerhouse ticket, and I hope that happens one day. I mean, I would love for Kari Lake to be the first female president. Then we've got, let's see, for governor's races, we've got Greg Abbott, and I think he's going to win. And we all know Desantis is going to destroy, what's his name over there? Starts with a C, I think, or whatever. And the Senate races, we have John Fetterman versus Oz. Now, I'm not a fan of Dr. Oz, but John Fetterman, he has some real mental problems. We get it, he had a stroke, but that doesn't mean you need to trot him out there and make him a senator. He's supposed to represent people. He can't even represent himself. His wife is doing all the hard lifting. So how is that going to happen? She's not going to be the one elected. He is. And it's been over 6 months, and they say that after 6 months, you'll know about how well you'll recover from it. Herschel Walker versus Warnock. I hope Walker wins. I mean, he's a good dude, and yes, he's a football star and all that stuff, but Raphael Warnock is as far left as you can go. And then we've got Alabama. I hope Kemp wins, and I think he's going to. But Stacey Abrams is, you want to talk about an election denier, right? These leftists want to talk about that. Abrams still has yet to concede. She still thinks, she says, oh, there was some funny business. Also, look, in 2016, Hillary said, oh, he knows he's an illegitimate president. He knows that. That's what Hillary said. And she said that there was some shenanigans going on and all of this stuff. You had a lot of people, I believe Obama and even Biden were talking about how Trump was illegitimate. But now that it's the Republicans that see, hey, you guys, something is going on. Oh, no. Now it's a problem. Now, here's the point of all of this. Don't get discouraged. Go out there and vote. It's the only thing we have. People say it, to those people who say, oh, it doesn't matter, it's going to be fixed anyway. If we go out and vote so hard, and this red wave is so big, it becomes a tsunami, it doesn't matter how many of them they try, we're going to overwhelm them. You can only throw so many ballots away before people start noticing. And that's the thing. We've got independents going to Republicans. We've got even Democrats. I have family members who are staunch, who hated Trump. And now they are voting Republican because that's what matters. Our policies matter. I went down to California and I had my firearms locked up, and there were some seedy people down there. Usually I'm strapped and I have a lot of protection. But California is such a hellhole that it doesn't allow you to adequately defend yourself. And there's a long process for concealed carry. You can conceal carry, but you can't open carry in California. That's one thing I know. That sucks. But anyway, what I'm saying is go out there and vote. Make your voice heard. And of course, I'm going to say vote Republican. Go conservative. But whether you vote right or left, go out there and vote and make your voice heard. We need to know what the opinion of the people are. We need to know how many approve and disapprove. That's how this country is ran. That's democracy. Now here's the thing. We are not a true democracy. The Electoral College stops that. A true democracy would be horrible. That would be the majority overcoming the minority. What we are is we are a constitutional republic. Okay? We have a constitution and a republic. And a republic is defined as, I believe, a representative democracy. Okay? So we vote on our representatives, and those representatives represent us. A true democracy would be Democrats are saying that, you know, the majority of whites are pushing down the minorities and the blacks and stuff like that. They should hate a true democracy. But no, that's not what we have. We have an electoral college. And the reason for this is because if you notice, if you go into cities, one thing you'll notice is that all cities, all major cities are blue. You can look at the state map and see all the red, the conservative, and all the rural areas. And those blue dots, you know, like in Washington, you'll see a bunch of red, and then you'll see blue dots in Seattle, Tacoma, Vancouver, Spokane. Those big blue areas. It's because when people meet, they're so worried about making everybody like them that they vote left. They don't vote their conscience. But the Electoral College overrides that. Okay? Because it's if we were one megacity, and that's what would happen. If we were one megacity, there would be no conservatives. There might be, but not in any election. It would be like 5% or something like that. And that's why they want megacities. They want to make sure that you care about all the leftist things, all about systemic racism, and you know, guns are bad and all of that stuff. That's what they care about. This globalism thing, they want to control you. They want megacities. They don't want people out there like me. I'm in Southern Oregon. We have a farm. We have goats, chickens. We're self-sustainable. We've got water sources. We've got food for years and all that. They don't want that. What was that, 2030? It said you will own nothing and you will be happy because you will rent stuff from drones. Even your clothes. You will not have any clothes. You will rent them from them. But if you don't have a good social credit score, those drones won't be coming to your house. You won't even have an apartment. And, you know, all of this stuff. So anyways, end of rant. Go out there and vote. And God bless you all.